Well, Russ, clearly it's a tough time at the moment, difficult run.
Yep, I think it's been down to us really, just disappointing since Spennymoor, of obviously no return in 3 games. I thought 2 of the 3 games were good, but listen, it's a result-based business and we haven't got what we probably deserved in that period. Sandwich in between that was Banbury, was not good enough. So yeah, disappointing, but take the positives and we'll look forward.
Yeah, if you're getting the performances and not getting the results, that can happen. We all know that you never run like that. But the Banbury one was a bit of a shock, wasn't it? Really?
It come out of nowhere at home as well. Obviously, another good crowd last week, and we're putting those kind of performances in not acceptable, to be honest. And took our medicine with that. I thought we reacted well on Tuesday, but again, moments in games switch off, and it's cost us, and that seems to be the story of our season at the moment. Don't get me wrong; it's not one individual. We're here as a collective, and we're not scoring enough goals this year, and for one reason or another. So it's tough to take. It's when it's low, but I believe in the squad still with the remaining 12 games.
The home form has been obviously very disappointing, very surprising really as well. I think it's 9 defeats at home now this season. Has it got a kind of psychological thing now, not just the players but with the crowd to a degree as well, that if you concede early on you can almost sense it around the ground?
Yeah, I'll never blame the crowd. They've come out in the numbers this year. We have to give them something to cheer about. We might have to go a different route when we play Boston next week. We'll have to do something a little bit different, because it's got to be a mindset thing. We were top before shortly, but 2nd or 3rd in the away chart, but then to be near the bottom in the home chart, you can't have that much contrast difference in performances. So yeah, mind-boggling, to be honest, especially how good we were last year.
Surely, ultimately, I suppose it really came down to 2 moments. You say you switched off once for the goal, and sending off obviously didn't help in the second half.
Yeah, switched off from a long throw again. Gone over it so many times, but that's moments in games. And when you cross that line, it's down to you to do your roles and your jobs. Wasn't done on Tuesday, and it's cost us. But we're not helping ourselves. We're not scoring enough goals as well. Do you know what I mean? As a team, we had some golden opportunities on Tuesday. We hit the bar. Ball cleared off the line, set pieces. It was tough to take, because I thought we did well enough away at Chorley, but not enough.
And it's a point we made before, that has really surprised me this season, that lack of goals, because looking at the squad, you seemingly have the quality in there and goals in all areas, really.
Well, you think so, but obviously clearly not. So, can't keep changing it all the time, but going forward, we need to be better. And whether that's the end of the season or next season, we need to score more goals. It's the only way you win games.
This weekend then, long old trip again, so many of them are in this week, of course, aren't they, really? But you're off to Darlington, and Darlington going well.
Really well, but looking forward to going up there, because I believe we can win the game. So we'll do everything right, everything in our power to beat them. We'll be prepared, and I know it only takes 1 game to turn the form around, like it did 8 weeks ago, and we're hoping to start that this Saturday.
Having said they're going well, I mean they clearly are, they're in the playoffs, but they might have just dropped off a bit, because I think they were top about the end of January time.
Yeah, I think everyone bar Fylde, who lost Tuesday, have had a little rough patch. I think the points aren't as consistent as anything. The teams at the bottom are now starting to pick up more points, but that's this season in a nutshell. We could you can move up and down 5 places. It's been that inconsistent this year, and we're part of that package.
Your injury situation, how's that looking?
Joe McGlynn Burnley, slowly but surely coming back, hoping to have him back next week. I believe we've missed him in the last 3 games. I thought he was excellent at Spennymoor. Obviously they wanted to pick the same team going forward, and we've had to change again, but probably the best we've looked, but it's whether they're up to speed. You know what I mean? It's different being injured and coming back to fitness and being fully fit. So we just keep rolling the players out, rest them up, because it's been a tough period so far.
The plus side was the other night, I was at Fylde, so I obviously wasn't watching your game, but I think you had Alex Penny and Caleb Richards both back in, so you've got the ability to get forward there and deliver things in.
Yeah, and defensively as well. They've been here a long time. They know how we play and what we want and the values. We didn't look like conceding at all on Tuesday, but when you only concede 1 and it loses you the game, you've got to look at the top end of the pitch as well. So collectively better, but not where we want to be.
And I appreciate absolutely you've got to go and do it, but if you could go to Darlington and get something, you've then got Boston coming here afterwards this season. To be fair to them, aren't pulling up too many trees. You get 2 good results in the next week or so. I could be accused of glass half full here, but the league is so tight, you bang in there again.
Well, we were miles away after Christmas, weren't we? And so we had a good month, and that's all we can look at. We can look at the next game and the month ahead. That's all we can do. I know at this level confidence is key, so we're a little bit low, even though performances have been okay. But one game changes everything, changes the whole mindset of everyone, and we want to be looking up rather than down.
And you had no new injuries the other night after the Chorley game, did you?
Ashley Emmy's got smashed. He had to come off at half time. A bit naughty really, but the ref didn't see that, but he didn't see a lot Tuesday for both teams, so he's touch and go for Saturday.
Final point, nothing to do with Harriers at all, but we were just chatting before we came over here. Of course, sad news today, John Motson, who is, well, in our trade, one of the real legends, if you like, of football commentary, passed away. He really was a bit of an icon in the game, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. And listen, I'm a young bloke, or middle age actually, but I remember his voice. It's an iconic voice in football, along with a few others. Back in the match of the day days in the 90s and early 2000s. What a great loss for football in this country, and seems like we're losing a lot at the moment, which is sad. And so yeah, sad day for football really.